Big dog.
Woo! What's up, Dad? How you doing?
Hey, I'm great, man. How's it going?
It's going good. It's going good.
Yes,
Work
sir.
has been keeping me tired this week. I'll tell you that much. Ugh.
No, that's what's up. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Lot to talk about tonight.
yes, sir.
Whew.
Oh, hold on. Let me fix
Okay.
this. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes.
All right, cool. Uh, so we got a special guest today. She's been looking forward to this. She's beautiful. She's adorable. She's sweet as pie. Uh, she's my daughter, Bria. Say what's up to the people.
What's up, guys?
Hey,
Hey.
we all about on like father, like son. Uh so let's get into hold on one second, big dog. Let's get into uh some NBA. Let's talk trade deadline, man.
All
Some
right.
of the trades.
Lots of
Uh,
big ones.
oh, got somebody else. Let's introduce him. This is one of my three knuckleheads, Ian. Say what's up to the people.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
That is what's up.
So let's talk trade deadline, man. And the big one first that everybody has to say about is Luka for AD for Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
Hey man, what's your thoughts on that one?
Well, the smoke's kind of blowing over now. You know, it's been a couple days. It's still, at the time, I was dumbfounded, bewildered, shocked of all things, as was, I think everyone. Um, it didn't make sense. Still, granted, still doesn't really make any sense at all. Um, yeah, I feel real hard for Dallas fans when it comes Dallas Maverick fans. Let's say that.
Yeah,
It that must be terrible. I saw the GM doing he did like a interview or something, and Jason Kidd was sitting right next to him. And Jason Kidd's face the whole time is like
yeah.
he's just lost. He doesn't even know how to feel or act.
It looked like his dog got ran over by a car.
Yeah,
He looked
uh,
pretty horrible. Yeah.
yeah. Felt pretty confused about that one. How about yourself?
Uh so it was bizarre. It
Mm-hmm.
came out of left field.
Mm-hmm.
Uh so Anthony Davis just bought a $32 million home. Luka Doncic just bought him a home in Dallas.
Yeah.
And I mean I know that's the nature of the beast, right?
Yeah.
However, the way it went down is not necessarily the nature of the beast,
No.
right? They kept it hush hush,
Mm-hmm.
and I think maybe the owners knew, but they might have been the only ones.
Mm-hmm.
It was real. It was like a backroom type of deal,
Yeah.
and it didn't make sense for Dallas to do it that way because Luca has too much value.
Way too much value.
Yeah,
Like you think
you
if there was
know,
one person on a team in the league that's not getting traded, it'd be Luka Doncic.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or if you decided to trade him, there would be a bidding war.
Right. And there'd
Yeah,
be conversation with him because he is such like a foundational player to the team he has right
exactly.
now.
You would treat him with that kind of respect, right?
Yeah. You think
Yeah. So, in my opinion, yeah, I thought that Dallas's GM handled it the wrong way. I've talked to a few people from Dallas, and They riding with him. They saying this and they saying that, but in reality, they didn't get nearly what the value for Luka could have been or should have been, and it's because they just dealt with the Lakers and nobody else, and that's not how you do
I
business.
agree that that's also wrong.
Yeah, man.
Because you could have got so much from so many other teams,
Mm-hmm.
so much more.
Yeah.
And now you have Anthony Davis, who's not going to play in his debut game. He's going to miss it against the Celtics.
Yeah.
Is he going to play the next game after that? Probably not. Maybe.
Yeah, he's supposed to play tomorrow against the Rockets.
Supposed to.
Yeah, that's when he's going to make his debut for Dallas. But I mean, they need to make other deals. This deal itself is not going to make them championship caliber.
Definitely not. Sets them back from that.
Improved the Lakers' odds
tremendously.
It doubled the Lakers' odds for the championship.
Yeah.
I mean, and the Lakers still got work to do. But just by adding Doncic, it doubled their chances of making the championship.
And not only is it just adding Doncic, it's adding Doncic, who now has a big chip on his shoulder.
Yeah.
You made a monster out of that man because of how you went about getting rid of him.
Yeah, he was already King Kong. Now you'd have made him Godzilla.
Easily dropping 35 a game. He might go and do 40, 50 now.
Or he might just average a triple-double just for the hell of it.
Dude.
Just because he can. Yeah.
I think they play each other in like a couple weeks.
March, I think what I saw the first time. They're gonna play each other twice.
Yeah.
But I think March something is the first time they'll meet.
That game.
I can't wait.
Yeah, tune it in for sure. Oh.
Nobody's really saying how Kyrie feels.
Oh, he requested a trade.
How LeBron feels, but they haven't really said how Kyrie feels about AD and losing Doncic.
I think him requesting a trade the day after the trade was made
says it all.
Says it all, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's another dangerous situation because Kyrie, if he really doesn't want to be there, he just won't play.
He just won't show up.
Exactly. He'll say that something's wrong, and he won't be there. And then you got a whole nother problem on your hands.
Absolutely.
That you created.
Yeah, that you created. And I don't. Well, we'll see if it. And what got me was the press conference where Dallas's GM said that this was a short-term and a long-term play, and that couldn't be further from the truth. It can't be a short-term play, or it can be a short-term play, but it can't be a long-term play.
Right.
Just the nature of how AD's career has been going.
Yeah.
And short term, they don't make the championship. So I don't see that being the case. But
you're not, and you made the finals last year. Granted, we whooped y'all, but you still made it. You're not. AD's not taking you there.
Mm-hmm.
AD didn't take his team there, and his team had LeBron James on it.
Exactly.
So what makes you think he's doing that for you?
He's not by himself.
I don't know what moves they can make for it to be a thing that happens the year following, or the year following then, because Luka Doncic's on the Celtics. I mean, not the Celtics, the Lakers with LeBron James.
So anything can happen.
Anything can happen, but
the way you handle this deal doesn't give me confidence that you will handle any other deals better. So there you go. What's the next trade, man?
Oh, next one I got on here is Spurs acquired De'Aaron Fox from the Kings.
What do the Kings get?
The Kings, the Spurs got De'Aaron Fox and Jordan McLaughlin.
Mm-hmm.
And the Kings received Zach LaVine. Let me know if I'm pronouncing this right. Sissoko.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
And a 2025 first round pick via a 2027 first round pick, a 2031 first round pick.
Okay.
A 25 second, a 28 second, and another 28-second.
That's who the Kings get all those.
Yes, but it's a three-way trade. The Bulls received Zach Collins, Kevin Herter, Trey Jones, and a 2025 first.
Yeah, I think Sacramento got the better of that deal.
Yeah,
I mean, I love De'Aaron Fox, but I really love Zach LaVine and all the trade
all those first round picks.
Yeah.
Seconds, yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
I didn't know that all those picks were involved when I initially heard about this. So reading it now, I definitely feel a lot better for the Kings than I did.
No, Victor Wembanyama got him a nice point guard. I will say that.
Yes, he did. I have a friend that's a Kings fan. He was down bad. He was all types of upset.
Yeah. I think when Zach LaVine starts playing, he'll change that tune a little bit.
Yeah.
Now I wonder who's going to be the Kings point guard now.
What position does LaVine play?
He's like
Small forward?
Perimeter guy. He's like a three, like a wing player.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was surprising for me, but now that I'm looking at it, my opinion on it is less strong. I feel better about the Kings in this one than I did not knowing what the full trade looked like.
Yeah.
And the Bulls, they got 3 players in a first. I mean,
they got 3 role players in a first. They got a first round pick out the deal.
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably the best thing they're going to get, and the depth that those role players add. So, they conceivably got better with this deal. Now, let's take a look at the Jimmy Butler trade.
Okay.
I'm sure you have it in front of you.
Yep, I got it. You want me to read it off?
Yeah, read it off.
All right. 4-way trade. The Warriors received Jimmy Butler. The Miami Heat received Andrew Wiggins, Kyle Anderson, Davion Mitchell, and a 2025 protected first-round pick.
Yeah, I like that.
The Utah Jazz received Josh Richardson and KJ Martin, a 2028 second-round pick, a 2031 second-round pick, and cash considerations. And then the Pistons received Lindy Waters III, Dennis Schroeder, and a 2031 second-round pick.
Yeah. So I think the Warriors got markedly better with Butler. Yeah, I think he's going to help that team tremendously. He's going to be an inside presence, and he has some shooters that can be outside guys.
Right.
I feel like the Heat got quite a bit though. I feel like that, and that's what I think I texted you when I said that's how a trade should look.
Right.
Dallas should have got something like that for Doncic. Probably more. Doncic is better and younger. But yeah, I thought Miami cashed in for Butler, and I was telling them today, man, it just like Jimmy Butler has been acting a fool this whole season.
Yeah.
Like a clown, like doing the wrong things, like on purpose, like trying to get up out of there.
Yeah.
And he's rewarded with a 2-year, $121 million deal.
I saw something
crazy. Just think about that.
I saw something somewhere that he wasn't going to go to Golden State because he said he wasn't going to sign there long term. So they were like, okay, well, trade's dead. So I was kind of surprised to see that it actually went through.
Well, 2 years is not long.
Yeah.
Not long term. So he wasn't lying about that.
Yeah. What is cash considerations? Who would that be?
Cash. They
Money?
cash. Either they give the team cash or they'll pay part of the contract.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They'll figure that out later down the line.
I got you. I got you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, another one on here. PJ Tucker. To the
He's
Raptors.
your favorite player's favorite role player.
Yeah. PJ Tucker to the Raptors in
Okay.
trade for Davion Mitchell to the Heat. The Raptors also received a 2026 second round pick and cash considerations.
Yeah, Davion Mitchell was a nice piece.
Mhm.
Where's he going? Where's he going? He's going to
Miami.
Miami. Yeah, like I said, Miami did some good things with this, but it's Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra. You know,
Mhm.
I mean, I figured they would do well. Whoever by trading Butler.
Yeah.
But PJ Tucker, man, he's a 3-and-D player.
Mhm.
You know, I'm not sure how much 3 he got left in him or how much D he got left in him.
Right.
But he can still give you some minutes. So we'll see how that plays out. If they keep him, sometimes with these deals, they just go ahead and buy the player out. And a lot of it is for salary cap reasons, or maybe they just want the draft picks and not the player. So we'll see. Because this is PJ Tucker's 3rd team in a week.
It seems so.
Yeah. So he's being, moved around probably for salary purposes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of players that have moved a lot, Dennis Schroeder has been on 4 different teams all in like a span of like 24 hours. Started when he was with Warriors, sent to the Heat as part of the Jimmy Butler trade, and then he was sent to the Jazz, and then Jazz sent him to the Pistons.
Is that a resting place?
So I guess 3 different teams in the span of 24 hours. But this is all after he made a comment about how the NBA trade deadline, he compared it to modern day slavery.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he made a comment on social media about how it's like modern day slavery.
Oh, wow.
And then they were just like, it might just be, and sent this man all over the place.
We're going to show you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
Like that. And do you think that him saying that had an impact on him being traded so much, or do you just think that's just the player he is to where you can put him in all these different trades?
I think it's just the player he is. Yeah. I don't think that had an impact that much, but like I said, he's a pretty decent player. He has been his whole career. He might be a little less decent, right? But he's still a good player. And his final resting place probably could use him. What is it, Detroit?
Detroit, the Pistons.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Because Jordan Ivey is hurt, and he's been hurt. Yeah. And I think he's a broken leg. I got Jordan Ivey and Dennis Schroeder on my fantasy team. And as soon as Jordan Ivey come back, I was going to cut Dennis Schroeder. But, yeah, so, we'll see about that one, but he's a nice little player. But that's wild though. To say that you're traded, and you got to wrap your mind around that first of all. But then just to say you're traded again and again and again.
Yeah,
man.
And he just got to the Warriors in December too.
Yeah, that's gotta be. But I would imagine there are certain types of players in the NBA and NFL that know they are trade bait.
Yeah.
Their managers, their lawyers, whoever says, hey, don't get comfortable.
Right.
You're someone that this team could possibly trade. So don't buy property. Rent.
Right.
Don't buy a whole lot of shit. You
Gotta
know,
be rough though.
yeah, it's got to be rough though.
I personally just wouldn't feel like all that valued as a player by whichever organization I go to.
Or, right? Or you can feel tremendous value in being a trade piece. I mean, you're not A1. You're not you're not a part of this team where you're a significant piece value,
Right.
but you do have value where you're gonna play for 10 different teams in 15 years and have a nice 15-year career.
Yeah, he's
That's
played for 9 different
value in
teams
itself. Yeah,
in his 8 seasons.
yeah.
That's
That's value in itself.
fair. I can see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Next up, any more NBA trades?
Oh, let's see. Let me look.
Probably smaller ones, huh?
There are some smaller ones, yeah. 1 second. Oh, we have Raptors land Brandon Ingram in a 3-player deal. The Raptors receive Brandon Ingram, and the Pelicans receive Bruce Brown, Kelly Olynyk, and a 1st-round pick and a 2nd-round pick.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Brandon Ingram. Now he was on my fantasy team too in basketball.
He's on
It's
mine
crazy.
as well.
Yeah, all these guys getting traded. So, and he's been hurt though, so he hasn't been playing in a month.
Has not played the last 28 games.
Yeah, well, longer than a month. Yeah, 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
But all these guys that have been traded on trade that could play on signing, at the trade deadline, they didn't play, so it sort of messed up that day for me, or that couple of days. You have games, but they didn't play in those games, so it didn't hurt me because I'm still winning by a lot, but it could conceivably cause you to lose. Yeah, Brandon Ingram's a really good player, man. I can't wait till he come back.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
I want to have to cut him.
Him and it was supposed to be Zion, man. There was supposed to be 2 cats, and you get a point guard with them, and they could do some things, but neither one of them stayed healthy.
Yeah.
It just didn't work out with those 2 together. Yeah. Our Rockets are on like a 5-game losing streak, man.
Dang.
Yeah, brother. It's rough. Rough over here.
Let's see.
I see where the Celtics are targeting a wing on the NBA buyout market.
Okay.
They might get PJ Tucker.
We lost to the Mavericks today.
Oh, y'all lost to the Mavericks.
127.
And this is a Mavericks team without AD.
Look,
AD's not playing till tomorrow.
Hey, I know it. We beat the Cavs a couple days ago though.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Y'all playing with house money?
He was on a little 4-game run.
Yeah.
Wild times in basketball. I'm not excited for this whole Luka and yellow thing, man. Not only did it shock me like it shocked the world, it also just disappointed me. Like, we just passed the Lakers in the most championships last year.
Yeah.
Getting 18, leaving them behind at 17. This doesn't help. I thought we were going to stay ahead of them for a while. This doesn't help. It might be they might be tied up again this year. They might. I don't know how they're looking, the Lakers record right now. Oh, they're 5th in the West.
Yeah, we'll see once he starts playing, but I can't imagine that they'll be winning because you know what? They did make another deal. They got the center. What was his name? Williams. That's a nice that was a nice trade.
Right.
He's a nice little player.
Mm-hmm.
What was his first name? But because I was like, so now they don't have an inside presence, but they got Mark Williams, I believe.
Oh yeah. Mark Williams. That's exactly what they got.
Yeah. So with Doncic trade with Mark Williams, I think is gonna make LA a much better team.
Oh man,
Mm-hmm.
why'd you have to do this to us? Come on.
Yeah.
Let the Lakers suffer.
They got rid of Dalton Connect though to get it.
They did.
Mm-hmm. Also, in winners and losers, man, the Dallas Mavericks are a clear loser.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
You lost. And I saw some things about how AD was feeling a little upset on how everyone was talking about how the trade was just ridiculous and not fair. And it's not to say that AD is not a good player.
Exactly. He taking it to heart. He taking it personally. It ain't personal, brother.
You gotta know. If it wasn't you that got traded and Luka went somewhere else for someone else of your level, you'd be having the same reaction everyone else is.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness, what are they doing?
Yeah.
But because it's you, you're like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Come on. Let's be real. Have some self-awareness here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. That's what you can get. That's the best value. Come on, man. Come on.
Right.
If the wind blows on your ankles the wrong way, you're out for 3 games, dude.
At minimum.
Minimum, yeah.
Yeah. San Antonio was a winner.
Yep.
Yeah, they did good with De'Aaron Fox, who is a Cypress, Texas legend.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But what?
Oh, we forgot one.
I was about to say the same one. I'm about to say which one?
Chris Middleton.
Oh no, okay. Go ahead with Chris Middleton.
Yeah, Chris Middleton sent to the Wizards for Kyle Kuzma. Let me get the full trade real quick so I can be a little more accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Milwaukee Bucks traded Chris Middleton to the Washington Wizards in exchange for Kyle Kuzma. It's looking like they also sent rookie guard A.J. Johnson to Washington. And in return, Milwaukee got Kyle Kuzma and Patrick Baldwin Jr. Man.
They got 2 players. Kuzma and Baldwin Jr. can play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just how they're gonna fit around the star because they don't shoot the ball like Middleton did.
Right.
But they can play.
He's also been hurt a lot this season. I don't think he's played. Chris Middleton, I don't think he's played a lot this year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. When I was going to mention, it's probably a little underrated, little second-tier trade, but the Cleveland Cavaliers landed DeAndre Hunter.
Okay.
From the Atlanta Hawks for Karis LeVert, who's a good player.
Yeah.
Georges Niang, who's a decent player, and 3 second-round picks and 2 future picks. So that tells you how much they thought of DeAndre Hunter.
Right.
They traded 1 player, or Cleveland traded for 1 player, and they gave up 2 players plus 4 draft picks. Yeah.
Woo.
So DeAndre Hunter is a nice little player. He's 27, averaging 19 points a game.
Yeah, I'm sure he feels good about himself.
Going to Cleveland, especially from Atlanta.
Yeah, for sure.
Getting up out of Atlanta, yeah. Golden State, the loser, bro.
Do you believe that?
What do you think? They got Butler, but they gave up Andrew Wiggins,
Mm-hmm.
Dennis Schroeder,
Mm-hmm.
Lindy Waters the third, and a top 10 protected first round pick. I mean, they gave up a lot.
Short-term winners, I think. I think Jimmy's going to
Short-term
help.
winners, long-term losers.
Long-term losers for sure, because he said before, that's why the trade almost fell through. He said before he's not signing long there. He's only there for 2 years right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's gonna. Maybe he'll play and he'll enjoy his time there, and he'll be like, okay, yeah, I can be here longer.
So I know Andrew Wiggins was playing well.
Yeah,
he's on the fantasy team as well. So he was playing well. Dennis Schroeder was doing okay coming off the bench. Lindsey Waters, I don't know, but and to give up it's top 10 protected, but it's still a first round pick after the top 10. You know, Butler's worth it though.
Yeah,
Butler's worth it. I wouldn't necessarily say they're losers yet. He started acting a fucking fool. He started acting a fool. Then we can, we'll be like, yeah, y'all knew this was going to happen. It's happened everywhere he's been. He can't help but act childish and act a fool when he wants to get his way, when he wants to get out of town. So I see that may that may occur, So it has Butler signing a 2-year, $112.5 million extension with Golden State. $54 million and then $58 million when he's 37 years old. That right there lets me think that that Golden State lost in this deal and are losers in the Jimmy Butler sweepstakes. You're gonna pay this guy $54 and $58 million, and he ain't gonna give you but 15 to 18 points a game. It's a short-term gamble because he's and that's a lot to give up for a short term. I need some long-term commitment here. If I can't get it, sorry, buddy, but you gotta stay in Miami. That's how I roll. Or you can go somewhere else. Not saying he's not a really good player, because he is. He is a really good player, but he's not a great player anymore. Phoenix, they were thinking about getting rid of Kevin Durant, but they stayed put. Why? Because they couldn't move him, maybe? Or did they think they still had a shot with Durant and Devin Booker and Bradley Beal? I thought they were going to get rid of Bradley Beal. But even other than those three, they don't have a roster that's worth much. They don't move the needle. They don't make you say, okay, we got something we can work with. So that's why Phoenix didn't win in these things. My road dog is back.
I don't know what that was. It cut off on me.
Yeah,
it's not dead or close to dying.
You froze up.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. It deleted all the tabs and everything I had open, so maybe it was just open too long beforehand. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we talked a good deal about the NFL. The NBA and the trade deadline. So now let's morph to the NFL.
Woo! This is what I was waiting for.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
So, what do you think about the NFL honors that's going on?
Well, I think is it over now? I think
Yeah, it is.
over, and we can talk about all of them. Let me get them pulled up here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. First one on mine, Coach of the Year. Should I name the nominees or just the winners? What you thinking?
Just the winners, man.
All right. Coach of the Year, Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah, I was happy to see that.
Me too. A lot of people felt like it was a Dan Campbell year. Fair and reasonable. I think all the nominated coaches, there's only one I would have been upset with winning, but even then I couldn't be too upset with him because he made it happen this season despite all the odds being against him.
Yep.
So I'm happy for Kevin though. Deserved. I don't have a lot to say. He just deserved it. All the coaches that were nominated would have deserved it had they won it. So it's nothing I can be upset about.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Dude, what's your opinions on
it? Yeah, no. You know what? I didn't know because Coach Prime and Coach Belichick introduced him, and I didn't know that he was a player. I didn't know that he was drafted by New England.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, Bill Belichick said that he was drafted in the 3rd round.
What position did he play?
He didn't say. I'm assuming quarterback.
Let's see.
I don't think he's an O-lineman, and I don't think he's a DB. So I'm thinking.
Yeah, he was a quarterback.
Yeah.
He played at San Diego State.
Okay. Didn't know that until tonight.
Okay.
But that's but the way Minnesota were all year, man, and you and I did our picks and our top 5 coach of the year candidates, and he was there.
Yeah.
He was right there, man, and I wouldn't have been mad either way. I wanted Dan Campbell to win it because I just thought that it was his time.
Mm-hmm.
He should have won it last year.
Yeah.
The expectations were way lower, and he really surpassed them, right? This year, Detroit's expectations were really high, and he didn't get to the conference championship.
Right.
So that's probably why he didn't win it, but he should have won it last year.
I personally had Dan Quinn winning it, but just because he turned Washington from nothing into way more than something.
NFC championship game participants. Absolutely.
Yeah, sure. But Kevin wasn't. I don't think the Vikings were expected to have the seasons they had, especially
because they had Sam Darnold at quarterback.
Yeah. So, hey, I'll give him his applause.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see him replicate this year, next year, and I'll be even more happy for him. Okay.
With JJ McCarthy.
We got comeback player of the year winner Joseph Burrow.
Yeah, that was your pick. Yep, you had it.
I think actually my pick was Sam Darnold.
Oh, it wasn't Joe. Oh, it was my pick, Joseph?
I think your pick was Joe Burrow, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, my pick was Sam Darnold.
I'm giving you my credit.
So
because he came back from a gruesome injury.
Mm-hmm.
And he damn near was in the hunt for the MVP. If they'd have won a few more games, he'd have been in the hunt for that.
Yeah.
That's how impressive his numbers were.
Mm-hmm.
If Sam Darnold had won it, I wouldn't have been, tripping. But Sam Darnold just got a punchable face. Like, don't nobody like Sam Darnold, I don't think. I don't know if you were. I was watching. He understand. He didn't like he was happy. He didn't like he was smiling at nobody.
No.
Like, you just want to slap the shit out of Sam Darnold. That's the way it seemed. But so good for Joe Burrow, man.
Definitely good for Joe Burrow.
Yeah,
Deserves it again. I wouldn't say I feel that all of the people nominated for it this year deserved it, but he definitely did. I also think Sam would have deserved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a heck of a season, and I'm not hoping that they can pull it together next year because we're in the same division. But for as good of a player as he is, I trying not to say I hope he wins more games next year, but he should. He should.
Yeah.
Yeah. we'll just move on. Defensive Rookie of the Year winner Jared Verse. Now this one I saw coming. I knew he was a nominee for it, but I personally had one of the Philly corners winning it, being either Cooper DeJean or Quinyon Mitchell. But
And
Jared Verse had a hell of a season too. I'm not gonna discredit.
yeah, and those two probably split the vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably why neither one of them won it.
Yeah.
Because people voted for both of them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, Jared Verse did have a heck of a season.
Mm-hmm.
Only 4.5 sacks. When Anderson, the Texans won it last year, he had 7.5 sacks.
Okay.
So Verse won it with 4.5 sacks, which is not a lot.
Mm-mm.
But like I said, he had a lot of tackles though. He had about 65 tackles. And he was very disruptive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
he was definitely worthy. Let me talk about
All right.
the Hall of Fame class
Okay.
for this year, the 2025 Hall of Fame class, and it's 4 members. Eric Allen,
Okay.
who was a cornerback, notably for Philadelphia, the Eagles.
All right.
Jared Allen, who was an edge rusher for the Minnesota Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
Antonio Gates, who was a tight end for the San Diego Chargers.
Yeah.
And Sterling Sharp.
Woo! There we
Shannon
go.
Sharp's brother. This
There we
Sterling Sharp is not Club Shay Shay.
Yeah.
Club Shay Shay is his little brother. So Sterling Sharp, I want to say played 8 years in the NFL
Mm-hmm.
from the mid 80s to maybe the mid 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And he played for the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
And he hurt himself.
He did.
Yeah, he hurt his neck or something, and he just couldn't play anymore. But he had a short little career, but he was one of the top 3 receivers with Jerry Rice and you know 1 or 2 others in that short time span.
Yeah.
And Sterling Sharp is his little brother. He's been in the Hall of Fame for 10 years, it seems.
Right.
So we didn't think Sterling would get in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they had hope and stuff, you know, but I didn't think he would get in.
Yeah.
But to see him on the list, I'm ecstatic. I'm really happy.
I agree.
Yeah. And you're younger. Do you know?
These players are all way before my time for sure.
Yeah, that's why I took the lead on this.
Yeah.
Eric Allen was he was an all-pro DB with the Eagles, notably. And these guys may have played for different teams, but I'm giving you just the main teams that they're known for, that they're probably going in to the Hall of Fame as a member of.
Mm-hmm.
And Eric Allen would be the Philadelphia Eagles. Jared Allen would be the Minnesota Vikings. Antonio Gates was a basketball player in college.
Okay.
And he decided to play football. He became an all-pro tight end.
One of the best Chargers ever.
Hall of Fame tight end, absolutely. You know, so 4 Hall of Famers going in this year. But let's look at Eli Manning missed the cut.
He's still not a Hall of Famer?
No, Eli
I thought
Manning
he was inducted already.
This was his first ballot.
Okay.
Yeah, it was his first time, and he missed out on being a first ballot Hall of Famer. He probably will get in.
Yeah.
But he missed out on being a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Dang.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's look at next year real quick, and then we'll move on. But some big names in the
Okay.
2026 eligibility for the Hall of Fame include Larry Fitzgerald,
Woo, has to.
Drew Brees.
Woo, has to.
Yeah, just give me a yay or nay.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't even think about it. Just
All
give
right.
me a yay or nay. Phillip Rivers.
Ye-
You thinking about it, man? Just give
Yeah,
me some.
yeah.
Jason Witten,
Nay.
Frank Gore,
Yay.
Julian Edelman.
That's his first?
I don't know. It's just the class of 2026.
Yay.
probably his
I'd say
first.
yay.
Marquise Pouncey.
I don't know who that is.
He was a center for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, right. I
would
didn't know
say
who that
yay
is.
for him. If you don't know who he is, he was good
Yeah.
enough.
I'll say yay.
Yeah, I would say yay. LaShawn McCoy,
Yay.
running back Philadelphia. Thomas Davis,
I don't know who that is.
linebacker for the Carolina Panthers. His career was cut short for injuries. He may have played 8 seasons as well, but he was all pro like in 5 of them. Yeah, I would say, Thomas Davis probably be the first ballot. Greg Olson, tight end for Carolina. Yep. Alex Smith.
Yeah.
No, he probably won't.
Probably not, but I think it's more of like a merit thing.
But it's his first ballot. He ain't gonna get in.
Oh, for sure. Then they see if I was in charge, everybody'd be on.
Dez Bryant.
You said who?
Dez Bryant.
Yay, for sure. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Steven Gostkowski.
I don't know who that is.
I want to say he's a kicker, but I don't really know. Geno Atkins. I'll say no.
Yeah.
I'll say nay, just because he was a one technique. He's a nose, and they don't respect the noses like they need to.
Yeah.
Like if it was for me, I would say yes, because I think Geno Atkins he was one hell of a career.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna say nay because I don't think he's gonna get in. David DeCastro, another old lineman from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, don't know him.
Mike Pouncey, Marquise Pouncey's brother.
Okay.
They both might get in. They were both really good players, but I'm not sure they, Sean Lee, who's a linebacker for Dallas Cowboys. I would say nay. He was a good player, but he wasn't a great player.
Gotcha.
Todd Gurley.
Oh, nay.
Yep. And Jarrell Casey, probably a nay. So how many do we have going in just based off of first instinct? Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah. Drew Brees.
Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
Jason Witten.
Yeah.
Frank Gore. Thomas Davis. Did you say Dez Bryant?
I did.
Okay, we'll see. Dez Bryant. I'm gonna say Marquise Pouncey or Mike Pouncey. I'm not sure both of them will get in. They're twins though.
Oh.
Yeah. So about 8. And I don't think they're gonna get that many in.
Yeah, how many do they usually put
5,
in?
6?
5.
Yeah. So it's gonna be 2 or 3 left off.
Yeah.
Probably small.
I said Julian Edelman too. I said yay to him.
Yeah, I would say nay.
I can understand saying nay to him as well.
Yeah, I would say nay, Julian Edelman. But just based off of my knowledge, unequivocally, Larry Fitzgerald, Drew Brees, Thomas Davis, and everybody else, even the one that we really think are going to get in, you can debate it with like Phillip Rivers. I think he'll get in, but it's debatable.
Yeah.
Jason Witten, same thing. I think he'll get in, but it could be debatable. Frank Gore, I think he should get in.
He should get in. He should.
I think it's debatable, right? A lot of people feel like
he's only popular because of how long he played.
right? But I feel like longevity is a reason to put him in.
Put him in there. Yeah, he was in there forever at running back of all positions.
And he overcame major injuries like twice. Yeah. So there we have it. That's class of 2026.
Yeah, those first two required.
Yeah. So next up, Josh Allen wins Sportsmanship Award. Bills quarterback is the nicest guy in the NFL. Yeah. I mean, I could see that. I don't know who he went against, but I could see that.
Right.
You already said Jared Verse, defensive
Yeah.
rookie. Okay, who else you got? What else you got?
We have the offensive rookie of the year. To no surprise to anyone.
No surprise. It better not be a surprise.
Jaden Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Give him a nice round.
Go ahead, Jaden. Jaden surprised the hell out of me.
I know he did. I remember. We were talking about the last week of preseason on this podcast, and I said that people are saying he looks just as accurate as he did at LSU. And you were like, what? Nah. I don't know what they're looking at. I don't know what they're looking at.
Yeah.
Could you have not been more wrong?
I could not have been more wrong. That brother started out his first 5 games, he was like 75% completion.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. If anyone deserves it, it's him, man. And there were some other – I mean, there was a lot of offensive rookies this year that deserved it, in my opinion. Brian Thomas Jr., Brock Bowers, Malik Neighbors. Bo Nix is also on here. I'm kind of iffy on that, but, he did have more touchdowns at the end of the season than Jaden Daniels did. So got to speak for something.
Yeah, that speaks for something.
This offensive class this year in general just kind of exceeded expectation, I feel. Not that I think people thought everyone was going to be bad. Everyone knew Brock Bowers was going to go crazy. Everyone believed in Malik Neighbors.
Bowers got those numbers probably in about 12 games.
Yeah.
His first 4 or 5 games, they weren't using
them a whole lot.
I don't know if you remember me on this podcast saying, once the Raiders figure out how to use this guy, he's going to be a killer.
Yeah.
And right after that, they start getting him the ball.
They were forced to once Devontae Adams left. They were like, we don't got no one else to give it to.
Exactly.
And he showed them. He said, you should have been giving it to me this whole time. I don't know what you're doing.
And the guy just went crazy.
And absolutely insane. When I say the offensive class this year exceeded expectation, I don't mean to say that people expected them to be bad coming into it, but once you saw where certain players were dealt, I think hope for them could have been lost a little bit. Malik Neighbors went to the Giants. Fantastic wide receiver, but he had Daniel Jones throwing to him for the majority of the year. Right. And that had to have hampered some people's thoughts on what his season was going to look like. Same for Brian Thomas Jr.
It hampered his stats for sure.
Yeah. Same for Brian Thomas Jr. Phenomenal wide receiver who had a phenomenal season, but he had Trevor Lawrence throwing the ball to him for the majority of the season.
Right.
And they wasn't winning no games. He was the only person on the team doing anything for the team.
Right.
So,
absolutely. Mm-hmm.
And then even Brock, everyone knew Brock was going to be how Brock was, but he had Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell throwing to him. So if he wasn't going to do great, that was going to be the reason.
Right.
But despite that, these players
he did great despite having Aiden O'Connell throwing him the rock.
Yeah, all 3 of these players did great despite having not the greatest quarterbacks to be giving them the ball. So props to all of them, but most props to Jaden Daniels. Whoo, man.
Yes, sir.
He revitalized my energy to watch football, because everyone here knows, if you've been watching, how high I was on my Browns coming into this season.
And I think no matter what you may think about the Cowboys, no matter what you may think about the Giants, the Commanders, the Eagles, like when the NFC East is good, like 3 out of 4 teams good, I mean, the whole NFL is better.
Yeah, football's alive.
Yeah, it is. And and what Washington did this year, Philadelphia, Dallas at times.
Mm,
I mean, it just made it fun to watch.
yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can't wait to see him hit the field again next year. It's gonna be special.
Yeah, and you know what where you're not going to see him at is the preseason.
Yeah, yeah,
Hey, they're going to treat him like a veteran.
yeah.
He's going to have bubble wrap.
All right. Next up, we got Defensive Player of the Year. Kind of surprised me.
Very surprising. Because
Patrick Surtain the second.
like, is Patrick Surtain is not the best DB, is he?
I wouldn't. I don't
Derek
think so.
Stingley is the best DB.
I don't think it's Patrick.
So if you're not the best at your position, how the hell you win a Defensive Player of the Year?
I don't know. I personally had either Miles or Trey Hendrickson winning the award.
Miles, I can see Trey Henderson. Who's he play for?
He plays for the Bengals. He had a great year this year. Better than Miles, I'm pretty sure. Better than Miles and TJ both.
Yeah.
He led the league in sacks for a long time. I don't know if he ended as the leader, but he led for a lot of the season.
Yeah, and I don't want to hate on Patrick Surtain. I don't have his numbers in front of me,
Right.
but if he didn't have 10 picks, I don't think he should win defense.
Hey, I'll check it out.
Derek Stingley led the league in picks, didn't he? Derek Stingley was an All-Pro. So obviously Patrick Surtain had to be an All-Pro as well. But so does that mean Derek Stingley was like number 2?
Well, I'm seeing here that Derek Stingley wasn't even a nominee for it.
Yeah,
TJ Watt, Zach Bond, Trey Hendrickson, and Myles Garrett were the other nominees.
They hating.
Let's see. Patrick Surtain, second stats. Let's see. He had 34 solo tackles, 1 forced fumble, 4 interceptions, and 11 pass deflections.
A lot less than Stingley. Stingley had 6 picks.
Yeah.
Stingley had about 45 tackles. He had like 6 pass defense. I mean, well, I'm not going to state Stingley's case because he wasn't even, he wasn't even in the finals of that award. But congratulations to Patrick Surtain.
Congrats.
Yeah. So do we do Offensive Player of the Year?
Offensive Player of the Year. I haven't said that yet. You want to take it?
Yeah. So the Offensive Player of the Year is the player that was not allowed to go for the rushing title in the final game of the season, Saquon Barkley. Go ahead, Saquon. Do your thing, boy. Yeah, you got out of New York and you just showed out.
You did.
Showed your ass.
Ooh.
He got out of New York.
He was interviewed, and they asked him what his favorite play from himself was of this season. And he was like, I want to say the snow touchdown against the Rams, but then I remember I jumped over somebody backwards. Woo! Yeah, you did.
He said that's got to be it.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You jumped over 2 people backwards.
Yeah, what a monstrous season from Saquon Barkley this year, man.
Yeah.
Averaging 100 yards over the span of like 6 games is crazy.
Yeah, in the NFL it is. In the NFL, if you average as a running back 75 yards a game, then you're doing good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I have his end of the year stats right here, not including postseason, of course. 345 carries, first in the league, for 2,005 yards, first in the league, 13 touchdowns, 8th in the league, averaging 5.8 a play.
Wow.
Man, let me see if I can get his stats for his last few games. Let's see. Let's see how that went for him. Yeah, in his last, let's just say his last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, his last 7 of the regular season, one 176 yards against Dallas in the last game of the year. Game before that, 150 yards. Now, before that against Pittsburgh, only 65. But right before that, 124, 107, 255, 146. He had more 100-yard plus rushing games this year than he did double digit.
Wow.
He had 1, 2, 3, 4. He had 5 double digit rushing yard games this season, and the rest were all 100 yards plus.
I don't think people understand that. Say that again.
He had 5 double-digit rushing yard games this season. The rest were 100 yards plus.
5 double-digit rushing. What does that mean? Double-digit rushing.
So in the second game of the season, he had 95 yards. In the fourth game of the season, he had 84.
Oh, and the rest were triple digits.
And the rest were all triple digits. Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
I should have said it a little differently. My fault.
Yeah. So how many games total? He played in every game?
Yeah, he played every game. Mm-hmm.
17. So 12 triple-digit games and 5 double-digit games?
Oh, he must have missed a game, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, so 11
and 5.
Digit and 5.
Hey, that's a great player.
Woo.
That's a great player, man. I wonder who were all finalists for the Offensive Player of the Year?
We have, let me get back up there. Offensive Player of the Year finalists were Joe Burrow, Derrick Henry, Jamar Chase, Lamar Jackson, and winner Saquon Barkley. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Derrick Henry, conceivably, he was in it until the end.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but once his season ended, you knew Saquon would win it. But
yeah,
Derrick Henry was right there, and they weren't going to give it to Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson because those two were in the running for the MVP.
Which Saquon should have been too, man. We need like a quarterback-specific award so the MVP can be a blanket award, that multiple different positions can win.
Yeah, so the quarterback that doesn't win the MVP might win that award.
Yeah.
Just like in college, there's the Maxwell, there's Johnny Unitas Golden Arm, and then the Heisman, right? Mm-hmm. You have a quarterback that can win the Maxwell and a different quarterback win the Heisman.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah. Look, no one deserved it more, in my opinion. If Saquon, which he wasn't going to win the MVP, so to me, he was obligated to win the Offensive Player of the Year award. He needed to win something for the season that he put up. And he might go home with an Offensive Player of the Year award and a Super Bowl. So,
hey, man, you can't get no better than that.
Cannot. But, yeah, that's that.
So, speaking of the Super Bowl, it's this Sunday. Now, what are some talking points in the Super Bowl? I would say.
Do you want to talk about the MVP winner before we move on?
Yeah, we did not get to that, did we?
Not get to that. That's the last one we got.
You go to it. You talk about it.
Yeah. All right. Your 2024-2025 season MVP winner, Josh Allen from the Buffalo Bills. Come on.
I think I called it. But
I was right there too.
Yeah.
That was our pick right there.
Yeah. And I didn't know so much that he would win it. I just wanted him to win it.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
I have been campaigning very hard that I did not believe Lamar Jackson could win the MVP because I did not believe Lamar Jackson was the most valuable player on his team. Josh Allen is undoubtedly the most valuable player on his team.
Yeah.
And he showed that throughout the whole season. and he just deserves it, man. Very sad that he could not overcome the hill that is the Kansas City Chiefs for him. That's like his kryptonite, and that's upsetting. But I am happy that he
Everybody
got his,
has some kryptonite.
everyone does. But I'm happy that he got his flowers in winning the MVP award.
Yeah.
The finalists for it were himself, Saquon Barkley, Jared Goff, Joseph Burrow, and Lamar Jackson. So all guys worthy of being in the conversation. I was actually a big campaigner for Jared Goff
There you go.
earlier in the season.
Yep. And he had an amazing season.
Yeah,
Didn't really put up the numbers, but
The
he was
efficiency.
efficient as hell.
And first quarterback to ever have a perfect game.
And he almost had two of them.
Almost had two of them. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The boy was
so-
bad.
Maybe Jared Goff can bring it on next year.
Yeah. So what kind of window do you think Detroit has?
I think they got three more years.
I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't see it closing.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of people talk about how it's over, it's closed. No, it's definitely not closed. Not right now.
Mm-mm.
Jared's got juice in him. That offense still has juice in it. The defense, you can't look that good and then it just all fall apart the next year. I don't think.
Exactly. And when you have all the same pieces coming back,
Yeah,
all you're going to do is add more firepower.
for sure. And maybe losing your two coordinators might have an effect, but I think you keep what they taught you carried over to the next season.
You promote from within, which I
Yeah.
think is what they did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see the Lions just going straight back to poverty anytime super soon.
I don't either. Yeah.
But yeah, congrats, Josh Allen. You deserve this.
Yep.
So happy you won it. I'm gonna, after the podcast, I'm gonna blow up my Ravens fans, my friends that are Ravens fans' phones, and be like, "What happened? What happened?" You know, get my words in for them.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Mhm.
There we go. That's the NFL honors.
Good, man. So now let's move on to the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl.
This is a rematch of
Rematch,
Super
yeah.
Bowl 57 2 years ago. Same two teams, Philadelphia and Kansas City. It's going to be in New Orleans. It's a hot ticket. However, I've been reading, and the prices are dropping.
Dropping.
Usually, the closer
Because
you
of
get,
how unsafe New Orleans is.
the ticket price has been dropping. Guess what they've been dropping to?
What?
$4,100. It ain't dropped to no $200. $4,100. Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah, that's crazy, man. But shit, you know, some people consider the Super Bowl one of life's great adventures, you know, and so they'll empty out their savings, they'll take their retirement, you know, things of that nature, and go to the Super Bowl, which I think is cool, because you know the Super Bowl, unless you're a journalist, unless you're TV, radio personality, print journalist, and you can get credentialed for Super Bowls, man, it's hard for regular folks to go. So if it's something that you want to put on your bucket list and you want to pay $5,000 for a nosebleed seat, by all means do it. Yeah.
I will be watching in the comfort of someone else's home.
And I'll be watching from the comfort of somebody else's bar.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Andy Reid coached Philadelphia to 4 straight NFC championship games.
Oof.
Andy Reid has coached Kansas City to 7 straight AFC championship games. Has anybody else ever done that? Did Belichick take 2 different teams and coach them to 10, you know,
I don't think
all
so.
these different championship games?
He was with us, and I don't think we were great when he was here.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I would like. There is something to be said for Andy Reid being the greatest coach.
There is for sure.
Yeah,
I can get behind that one.
Definitely, man.
I can get behind that one. Once you start going into Patrick Mahomes is the greatest quarterback of all time territory, that's when I can't stand by you no more. But Andy Reid being potentially the greatest coach of all time, yeah, I can definitely support that take for sure.
Yeah, me too. Because it's hard to beat the guy.
Hard.
And his offense, like is is regular. It's a tough offense, but you got defenses that can handle that. But I think it's personnel driven. Like
for sure.
Mismatches better than anybody I know.
Yeah.
And that's his secret sauce. That's his weapon and everybody else's kryptonite. He's gonna find the matchup that you can't compete with.
Coming into Sunday, it's nerve-wracking for me. Just because I know I've mentioned this a lot, and people probably think I'm not as serious when I bring it up, but being around this many Chiefs fans is so stressful, and it can be so taxing. And it's only taxing if you allow it to be, but I do.
Right?
It's hard not to be bothered.
You allow it to be taxing?
I try not to, but again, it's hard not to be bothered. The presence is so large. Their combined voice is so loud. You know, it's hard to ignore and block it out.
Right.
I'm really needing a loss. I can't if they three-peat,
don't even go there, my brother.
Oh my goodness. I'm trying not to yell on this podcast right now.
I am not even the biggest Eagles fan, but I really don't think I could take them three-peating.
I cannot. I know I can't. I know I can't take a three-peat. It'll do irreversible damage to me.
Come on, man. Don't.
So yeah, I'm not the biggest Eagles fan either, but I will be on Sunday.
Yeah, me too.
I will be on Sunday, and it's like the Eagles have like a super team. If there were to be a super team in the NFL, it would be the Philadelphia Eagles.
Right.
They have one of the best offensives in the league. They have the best defense in the league. And it's not even just on paper. On paper, they do have these things, but in play on the field, they also have that. They show that. They perform that way. Their game against the Commanders, granted, the score makes it seem like it was out of the water way more than it was, or than it felt. It still was out of the water, right?
Right.
55 to like 28 is still a pretty harsh beatdown, you know?
Right. Absolutely.
And something that kind of worries me, I saw a stat that no team has ever gotten more than 100 rushing yards against the Chiefs in the playoffs. I think if there's a team to break that, it's obviously the Philadelphia Eagles. And
absolutely. The running game of Hurts and Barkley, yeah, I think can do that.
I don't know. If there was a year for the Chiefs to lose in the Super Bowl, it's this year.
Yeah.
And I need it. I need it desperately.
Mm-hmm.
And I need them refs to show up to be refs, not to be Kansas City cheerleaders. Okay?
Yeah.
Not to pander to the Kansas City Chiefs, to pander to Patrick Mahomes. And I don't want to see Andy Reid at the beginning of the game over there huddled up with all these referees talking to him, chatting them up.
Yeah.
Real nice and good. No.
Jokes and shit.
Matter of fact, we should just, for games like this, of this level, let's just not. We can talk to the refs during the game. You can spit spatter at them, but no before game going up.
There you go.
with the
That should be
referee.
a
None of
rule.
that for either side.
No chatting up the refs before the
No,
game.
definitely not.
Yeah.
Save that for after, or save that when you're in your feelings over a call they made in the midst of the game, not before the game, because it's not a good look whether you're somebody where the refs benefit you a lot, like the Chiefs, like they do for the Chiefs. It's not a
Right.
good look for anyone,
Right.
but it's especially not a good look for a team that gets as many calls in their favor as the Chiefs do.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help fight back against the narrative that the refs are rigging things for that team.
Right. And Roger Goodell had his State of the Union address this week, and he addressed the referee issue with the Chiefs, and he called it ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's looking at,
Right.
but it's not ridiculous
not
to
looking
anybody
at-
else.
He's not seeing what we're seeing.
Yeah.
Not seeing what America is seeing.
It's a very true thing.
It is.
And to call it ridiculous, you're saying that I know what you're saying. You're saying that it's ridiculous to think that the league could be conspiring. But to say that the refs don't have a bias, that's not ridiculous.
That's not ridiculous at all. And Chiefs fans always love to say, well, we get all these calls against us. It's not that we're saying that you get the most calls, period, in your favor, but the calls you do get that are in your favor are like super important and game breaking and game changing calls. Every time.
A pinky hits Mahomes on the helmet and you call 15 yards.
Right.
Yeah.
When a couple plays before that, Josh Allen gets blasted.
Yeah.
Nothing. And you see him sit up and he's like, and the refs are just all like,
you're not Patrick Mahomes.
Looking the other way. Like, what? What?
Like,
come on. Something's got to give.
Man, yeah.
Just go get new refs. New refs, a new group of referees every Super Bowl.
So,
and I know they don't want to do that because you want experienced referees and you want people that have like refs the game and officiated the game like that before.
Yeah.
But you can just get these guys the experience throughout the regular season. That way you can have a nice group that's different per postseason, you know?
Yeah.
Something's got to happen. And because I just don't want to see none of that referee stuff this Super Bowl, man. And that's why a lot of people are saying they're going to tune out of the Super Bowl. Now, I'm going to watch the Super Bowl. Sorry, I'm not going to not watch it. If it ever got to a point where it was like, which is crazy because it kind of feels like it is now so blatantly obvious. But if it ever got to a point where it was even more so than now, then maybe that's something that I could do. But not this season. But a lot of people are. And they're saying, don't watch it. Don't give them that viewership because how else are we going to get it changed?
Right.
Complaining about it obviously isn't working. The commissioner of the league just said we're all crazy for thinking we're seeing what's right in front of us every week.
So, Super Bowl, what do you think about Kendrick Lamar?
Halftime show, I'm going to be watching. I'm down for it. You know, I'm going to enjoy it. I enjoy most halftime shows.
This is your favorite artist of all time?
One of.
Yeah, he just swept the Grammys. Did you watch the Grammys?
I didn't watch the Grammys, but I did keep up with it on Twitter.
He won every single category he was involved in, and Evan was stoked. Me and Evan watched the whole Grammys together. Oh, really? He don't really watch shows with me, but we watched the Grammys.
Yeah, there were some Grammy winners that I was a little upset about, but Kendrick's not one of them. I think he deserves all of it, you know.
Yeah, man.
And I'm sure his Super Bowl show is going to be sick.
Sick, yeah.
Hopefully, it's my last favorite one was The Weeknd's halftime show.
Yeah,
I think it 2021 or 2022.
The Weeknd has just incredible songs. Yeah.
And the performance he put on, going from the different like the mirror rooms onto the field, I was locked in that whole one.
Right.
Locked in the whole time.
I mean, I wonder how long has Kendrick Lamar been working on his halftime, and who has he got to put it together?
You know, a
But
lot of people.
like everybody was saying Lil Wayne should do it because it's in New
Yeah,
Orleans.
he's
I
not
wouldn't be surprised if Kendrick Lamar brought Lil Wayne out.
Yeah, I think he made an announcement a few days ago that he's not going to be there, but he has something else cooking up for people since he's not going to be in attendance.
Oh,
Because he's
Wayne
still a
did?
little butthurt that he didn't get the spot, being
Yeah,
that he's from there and stuff like
for sure. Yeah.
I was thinking a lot of people are thinking Taylor Swift's gonna get brought out in the halftime show. They do have that song "Bad Blood" together, and Taylor Swift loves Kendrick Lamar. She's a rider for that man.
I can definitely see that.
She's
So
a
Kendrick
super
Lamar
fan.
was on
Everybody
Bad Blood.
surprised they were friends.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, I can definitely
I'd
see
be down. A lot of my friends that are Chiefs fans despise Taylor Swift. And I'm like, why, dude? Just because everyone wants to make it like she's everything about that team. She's dating one of your best players, bro.
She
She's a
might
phenomenal artist.
just want to be a girlfriend though.
Yeah, she might just, and that's fine.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be upset if she didn't pop into the halftime show, but it would give me hype if she did.
Oh, it would be off the chain if
It
she
would be
did.
insane. Because baby, now we got Bad Blood. Oh my God, I would go crazy. I would go crazy.
He might play. Yeah, definitely.
That'd be dope. But I will be tuning in to the halftime show. Last year I didn't enjoy the halftime show as much. It was okay. I wasn't.
Who was last year?
Engaged. I'm pretty sure it was wasn't like Snoop Dogg and let me see.
Oh, that was a jam. That was the West Coast one. That was in LA.
I believe so. Maybe
Dr. Dre and Eminem.
Yeah.
No, that was off the chain, man. Yeah, but those guys are older than you.
So. Oh no, last year was Rihanna. Maybe that was the year before then.
Yeah. That one was off the chain. I'm sure looking at Rihanna was sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So there's one thing about this Super Bowl that tugs at my heartstrings.
Okay.
So Jeremiah Trotter Jr. is in this Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Plays Philadelphia. His dad, Jeremiah Trotter, was my college teammate at Stephen F. Austin. And he played for Philadelphia in the Super Bowl in 2005, 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And now his son is playing in the Super Bowl 20 years later against his old head coach. So that's pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
Tammy Trotter, his mom, she was my high school classmate. She passed away a couple of years ago from breast cancer. So yeah, so it's gonna be really, really emotional for that family.
Yeah.
Keeping them in my prayers.
Yeah.
But I think it's such a cool deal to have Jeremiah Trotter Jr. in the Super Bowl in his rookie season. Yep.
Why we need the Eagles to win?
Go Eagles, fly
Go
Eagles, fly.
Fly Eagles, fly. Go Birds.
Yes, sir. What other headlines, man, for the Super Bowl that you think are out there, man?
Headlines including the Super Bowl or just headlines in general?
In general,
I got some because I got some things.
Oh, so no, for the Super Bowl right now before we move off of it.
Well,
I
know the Chiefs are the favorite right now to win.
Okay.
Which they can't keep getting away with this, man. As far as things go for headlines, Super Bowl wise, yeah, I don't have a lot. I have that a lot of people are picking the Chiefs, which is kind of surprising to me. Here on ESPN, it says of 67 experts who weighed in on who they'd have winning the Super Bowl, the Chiefs were favored by 41 of them, while the Eagles claimed only 26 votes from the 67 experts, whoever they are. Just makes me sick. I get this tingling feeling in my chest anytime I talk about them in a positive way.
I know, man. I know.
Do you have anything?
About
the Super Bowl?
So I feel like Saquon Barkley is going to be key.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like getting him matched up on linebackers for KC might be the difference.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if if Philadelphia can swing it because Nick Bolton is a really fast linebacker, but he's
Mm-hmm.
not Saquon Barkley.
Right.
I feel like that's what's going to need to happen in order for Philadelphia to win this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That defense, Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, y'all been proving yourself all season. I need you to bring your absolute best football you've ever played to this game.
Yeah.
Sunday evening, man. We can't do this ball out all regular season. Oh, I'll keep it.
I'm still here.
Oh, you are? Okay. Can't do this ball out all regular season, ball out throughout the playoffs just for you to have a down game when America needs you to be at your best. This isn't just Philadelphia that needs you to perform. It's America, everyone. I need you. My father here, who is not on the screen currently, needs you to perform, man.
Yes, sir.
We need it. Now is not the time to have an off game. And if you do, I'm gonna be upset. But that's just the name of the. That's the way of the game.
Yeah.
Off games, but it can't be this one. Please. I need Patrick to throw some interceptions. I need you to pick that man off on balls that you wouldn't think are pickable. He's gonna throw some. He's gonna throw good balls.
There are gonna be some balls that you have the opportunity to intercept. Yes.
Yeah. You need to grab it or smack it away. I prefer you grabbed it though.
Turnovers are gonna be key.
If you could touch it, you could catch it.
Yeah. If you touch your hands, you should have caught it.
Mm.
Yeah. Straight up.
Mm.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Who do you pick? What's your pick and what's your score?
My pick here. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I just had something pulled up. My pick is going to be the Philadelphia Eagles with the score of 38 to the Kansas City Chiefs score of 24. 38-24, Philadelphia Eagles. Boom.
Oh, wow. So good. And I like that, man. 38-24, about 14 points. So I pick Philadelphia to win by a score of 34-31.
That's a little close for my liking.
It's gonna be close, my brother.
Man, all right.
But that's what's up.
Yeah.
34-31. We'll see.
38-24.
Mm-hmm.
I need it. Whoa. Woo. All righty. An hour and a half. Man.
I know, right? I know. There's a lot going on in the NBA and the NFL, man.
For real.
A lot to talk about. Yeah.
How's school going, Dad?
It's good, man. These kids, some gang activity popping up a little bit. So kids are bringing guns, trying to protect themselves, stuff like that. We just gotta be more vigilant.
Yeah.
And stuff. But it's going okay. Sure. Yeah.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. How about you, man? Everything going with you?
It's good. We got Cirque du Soleil coming up.
That's gonna be
Starts
cool.
starts tomorrow. It's gonna run through the weekend.
That's gonna be cool.
So I'm gonna be watching that tomorrow at work. Yeah.
Do you take pictures and video and stuff?
So I have of some things, like for PBR, I took some videos and pictures, but
Mhm.
generally they don't like us to.
Yeah.
So I don't often take a lot. Like when Justin Timberlake was there, I took one video, and then I found out after I wasn't supposed to take anything, which
Oh.
I don't think everyone was all that. They weren't tripping on me like that or anything.
Yep.
But
Yep,
I know
yep.
this one temp, he went and he was just taking all types of pictures and videos. They were like, dude, you can't do that. And I was like, I was standing right next to him with my phone up, and I was like, they I can do it. I work here for real.
Yeah,
I wasn't supposed to, but
yeah.
I didn't get in like super trouble or anything. They just let
Yeah.
me know.
Nah, that's
Funny
what's-
thing, that same temp, he ended up just like wandering off, and we like lost him in the arena.
Really?
Yeah, I think he ended up just leaving, but yeah, we lost him for a while. I had no idea where dude was. But yeah, we have CERT coming. We've been preparing for that this week, so that's exciting. And then
Yes,
back
sir.
to hockey, that's over.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm,
Absolutely, man.
mhm. So,
Okay, man. Okay. So I'm gonna let you make it, man.
yeah,
Yeah, because this was a really good show.
it was.
hmm And I hope those people out there in TV land enjoyed it as well.
Me too.
hmm
Oh, this has been Like Father, Like Son on everything but on sports today.
Already. On
Like
NBA and on NFL today.
NBA, NFL.
Yes, sir.
Um,
Appreciate you guys tuning in. We
yes,
will see you guys in another week.
we will.
All right, big dog.
See ya. Love you, Dad.
All right.